Hey everybody, welcome back to the Planeswalker Coach channel. I'm your host, Paladin Robin. Folks, I want to talk about this new set today. I want to talk about Foundations. This is the newest set that we have, and in this video and in the videos that you see in this series, we're going over the top 10 cards for each rarity. Alright, so watch all of the videos for this series. This one here covers the rares, so let's get into it. These cards are coming out in no particular order. Okay, here's the first one, Genesis Wave. This is a really interesting one here. For 21, it's a little on the expensive side, but you'll see that it gives you a lot of benefit, right? It says here, pick one of the first two creature cards from your library, put that card into play under your control. That creature gets +X/+X and gains trample. Then you gain X life. X is the number of green gems on the board. So you have some interesting parts of this, right? You have a fetch card here, right? Obviously, because you're going to be able to pull a card from your library. It's not actually a fetch, it's more like a pick, but what's really good is you get to draw a creature, right? And what's cool is that's going to get a nice big buff here, and it's going to be free, right? So you got some really good parts to this card, all of which, of course, are really helpful on their own, right? Being able to pick a card, being able to put it into play, and getting the buff, you know, those are all excellent on its own. You also have this ability to get a life, and you know what, that's really cool. I think all of these, as I said, are great on their own, but excellent all together in one card. So very, very cool. Obviously, you'd want to play this one with maybe Pyromancer's Goggles and just light it up, right? Hit those activate gem tokens, pop them all every single turn, and just load your board with creatures. Very cool. Alright, let's take a look at the next one. Raise the Past. For 22, you get a spell card. It says, return each creature card from your graveyard to play under your control. I like this one because you get to have all these creatures come out of your graveyard, go into play. What I think is interesting is this is a white card. A lot of times you'll see this ability here, right? Take stuff from your graveyard, put it into play. But a lot of times you'll see it in black. So this one, being that it is in white, I think it just adds another element. You're going to, of course, want to get a lot of cards that just throw stuff into your graveyard. Obviously, the Mind Skinner is good for that. Stuff like Jace, the Perfected Mind, that Vanguard is also a good one for this. Obviously, you're going to have to make sure you can play this card and those two cards I just mentioned in a deck that's got the right colors, right, for the Planeswalker. But other than that, you'll be okay. This is going to be something that's going to be able to just throw down tons of creatures and light your opponent up. Very awesome. Here's the next one, Kom World Eater. For 18, you get an 8/12 creature. This one I think we've seen before. Koma can get nasty. This is what I like about it here. When this creature attacks, create 4 Koma Coil tokens. There you are. That's what a Koma Coil token is. It's a 3/3 serpent creature, and you get 4 of them every time this one attacks. So you can see this one is going to get big and nasty, and it's going to help you to just win games. Alright, here's the fourth one on this little video for you folks here. This is Consuming Aberration. It's a creature horror 1/1, as you can see. At the beginning of your turn, this creature gets +X/+X. X is the number of cards in your opponent's graveyard. At the end of your turn, destroy the top 2 cards of each player's library. So I like this one. Obviously, you're going to want to put it in decks where you just throw all kinds of cards from your opponent's library into their graveyard, and then you're going to get a huge buff. That's going to be really cool. This is going to be one I definitely think you're going to see a lot of in games to come, just because you can get it really, really big in a hurry. And you know what? It's a rare card. It's not a masterpiece, and it's not a mythic. So really, this one is going to be out for a while. You're going to be able to see this one, hopefully, in a lot of your own decks. Here's the next one, Ashroot Animus, 4/4 creature that costs you 12. It's a lizard druid with trample. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature gets +X/+X and gains trample until the end of turn. X is this creature's power. So obviously what you're going to want to do is buff this guy up really, really big, and he's going to give a nice big buff to somebody else. That's going to be cool. You know what? There's a lot of them that you've been seeing lately that have this kind of a +X/+X ability. This is one of them, and you know what? I think that's going to help you to make nasty creatures even bigger, This is a cool one. This is kind of a trend, like I said, that we've been seeing a lot of lately, right? So this is going to be good in a lot of decks. Cool stuff. Here's number 6, Blasphemous Edict for 12. Destroy the top 5 cards of your library. If there are 13 or more cards in your graveyard, destroy all opposing creatures. Then exile all cards from your opponent's graveyard. This one is an interesting one, obviously. What you're going to want is you're going to want to have 13 or more cards in your graveyard, and then at that point you'll be able to destroy your opponent's creatures. This one is going to be a good one. Obviously, with the cards that we have out now, you're seeing a lot of cards that can just throw stuff from your library into the graveyard. This one is one of them, but with this little bit of a pattern that you're seeing with cards that are throwing things from your library into your graveyard, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to use this just a lot quicker, a lot faster. This is going to be easier to cast just because you're going to have a ton of stuff already probably in your graveyard, and there's cards, of course, like I mentioned, that are going to help you to throw more stuff into your graveyard and then just make this even more incredible. Alright, number 7, Alicia, Who Laughs at Fate. 10 for a 2/2 creature with first strike. When this creature attacks, this creature gets +1/+1. Then it has this survival ability here. I'll click on it and you can see what it does. Basically, if this creature has attacked and it's the end of your turn, then you can use the survival effect. Obviously, it's got to survive the attack, right? So that attack phase. But you know what? This is one that will repeat itself and you can use it over and over again. And this is a really cool ability because it says, return the first human creature from your graveyard to play under your control. Now, obviously, what you're going to want to do is have either this as the human creature, or what you're going to want to do is have another human creature in there that's bigger and stronger. And you know what? That's going to really help you to just get those ones out there for free. So this is a really cool card. Good card. Okay, here's the next one, Banner of Kinship. This one is a good card. Folks, you know what? I really think that this is a very, very strong set. You'll see a lot of cards that are like double power, double damage, things like that. This one is a really nasty one because you can see over here it says +X/+X, and you'll see that this is just an incredible card. You can use that +X/+X in a way to just continually destroy your opponent. Anyway, let's get into what this one is here. Banner of Kinship will cost you 10. It's an artifact card. When this support enters the board, all your creatures get +X/+X. X is the total shield of all the supports that you control. Obviously, you're going to want to have a lot of supports on the board, or maybe 1 or 2 or 3 supports with a ton of shields. Now, the one that's coming to mind really quickly is Jessica. Jessica, the Vanguard card, right? That one is awesome because the shields on that Vanguard card will start to get more and more plentiful as you put creatures down, right? So you want to play that one obviously with tokens, and then that's going to help the shields get bigger and bigger, and then you'll launch this one here. That's going to be super awesome. That Vanguard card, you can play it. Jessica will get maybe 200 shields in a game, right? Because that's just how good that card is. So this is one that you would definitely want to use with that. Very cool card. Alright, here's number 9. This is Kaikar's Zephyr Awakener. For 10, you get a 3/4 creature. It's a bird wizard. When this creature attacks, you may exile another target creature you control. If you do, return the first creature from your exile into play under your control. Otherwise, create a bird token. Now, obviously, the important part here is this first thing, right? This is an important part of the ability that we like to call Flicker. Flicker is not an actual official ability, but it's really what happens when you have a card like this that will exile a creature and then bring it back, right? What's going to happen is if you can use this with a card that's got something like when this creature enters the battlefield, what you'll see is that you're going to be able to create a nice combo, right? Because this one will exile that card, and then it will come back if it's the first creature in your exile, and then it's going to reactivate that when it enters the battlefield kind of ability, right? So you can use this one every single turn for a creature like that. You can set it up in a nice way that it's going to be super consistent, and then you're going to get that bonus, right? Whenever the creature enters the battlefield, that bonus. So this is an excellent one. It helps you to do the Flicker move I'd love to talk about. Alright, here's the next one, Savana Lions. This one is 6, and it's a 2/1 creature. This one may not seem like it's overwhelming, but I think there's some places you can use this. When this creature is reinforced, gain X life. X is equal to this creature's base power times its reinforcements. Alright, obviously what I would try to do here is make sure you get some buffs on this creature, make them a little bit bigger, make sure you buff up this power. Then what you're going to want to do on the next turn is play a card like maybe Knowledge is Power, right? If you got Knowledge is Power and this one, every single time you draw a card, he's going to get a big reinforcement, right? And when you get that reinforcement, it's going to give you the extra life. So that's going to be a way that's going to help you to just really do some good stuff on the board. What I'd probably do as well is probably play maybe something like Template Bunnies. Template Bunnies is a really good one that helps you to maximize the life gain that you have every turn. And obviously what it will do is it will take that life gain and turn it into a big buff for your bunnies. And that's just going to be great. You got bunnies and then these Savana Lions. It's going to be really awesome. Anyway, that's the video for the rare cards. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out all the videos in this series, folks. And you know how it goes. Like and subscribe. Share with all your friends. That really helps the channel. Good gaming, guys.